Hey everyone, happy Friday. We are live on Friday to tell you what's new, what's happening at the store, what's going on. My name's Ellen. Welcome to Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet. We go live every Friday around 5:30. I am a little late today to tell you what's new, what's happening, what's new in the store, what's happening with the birds outside. We have a lot of stuff going on. I have cool setup tonight. I have some new things I want to show you, so that's why we're up front here today. But also, we're going to go over bust some three myths about the Great Backyard Bird Count, which I think some of you may have these questions in your mind, and they might be some reasons why it's preventing you from wanting to try to do the Great Backyard Bird Count. So we'll talk about those three and I'll bust them for you and show how easy it is really to do the count, and it really does benefit the birds a lot, and it benefits you a lot because guess what? Watching the birds even from inside is reducing your anxiety, helping your physical and mental health. There are so many benefits to watching the birds for you. And on top of it, when you're doing that count, you are doing a lot for your birds. Not only are you making them count on the map for this count, giving them their own identity, their own, feel good, they were counted for this, but you are actually doing big scientific work. That data all gets compiled by scientists and they learn more about the birds that we love. So the more that we can participate in with them, the more that we can learn about them, the better that we can do. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get going. Let's start this live. I want to talk about those myths and how we're busting them. I have a couple tools here I wanted to bring up close so I can show you. But the first one essentially is, can the Great Backyard Bird count? It's the backyard. I don't have a backyard or my feeders aren't in the backyard. Well, guess what? Just because it says the Great Backyard Bird Count doesn't mean you're limited to only counting birds in your backyard. You can count birds anywhere you are for the Great Backyard Bird Count. So it could be your front yard, it can be your backyard, it could be your side yards, it doesn't even have to be your yard. In fact, for the Great Backyard Bird Count this year, you can come to the store and do your count. We are on the official Cornell map for an event for this Great Backyard Bird Count, so you can to come here and do it. You can go to your favorite nature center and do the count. Anywhere where you see birds is where you can participate and do the backyard bird count. Number two is I have to do it solo. So maybe you have kids, right? This weekend you have kids at home. I am never alone. I have a elderly parent I watch. They can partake in it. The Great Backyard Bird Count is great for every single person, and you do not have to be an expert on it, okay? You can count solo. You sure can count solo. You can count with a partner. You can count in a group. There is really no limit as to how many people can partake in counting for the Great Backyard Bird Count, okay? So that's number two. Number three is I have to be an expert on birds, or have to know and be able to ID all the birds to participate in the Great Backyard Bird Count. That is incorrect too. Anyone can participate in the Great Backyard Bird Count, and you do not have to know all about the birds. And the reason why is there are some couple tools, and let's talk about those tools. The first and most favorite tool for IDing birds is the Merlin ID app. Oop, wrong phone. This phone, I have Merlin already set up on here. Let's see if we can get it to show on you. It might be tricky. Might have to turn down the lights a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think you can see it now. So this is the home screen on the Merlin ID app. And as you can see, there's a couple different ways that we can ID birds. One is by sound. Yes, this is my favorite tool to ID birds, by sound. But there are other ways. So one is by asking questions. Merlin will ask you 5 questions about your bird, where it was located, what it looks like, that kind of thing, and it will try to guess the bird for you. The other way that you can ID birds is by a photo. And it could be you're in this app and you're going to take a photo of the bird that you're not sure what it is, or you have a photo of a bird that was in your yard when you were counting and you're going to upload it to figure out what it is. So this is a great resource. It's 100% free. It is by Cornell University Lab of Ornithology, and it is a wonderful tool. Wonderful free tool that anyone can use and participate in. But let's say that you don't have a smart device, or you don't have internet where you are, or you can't get the Wi-Fi to work. There are some other ways that we can ID birds really simply by using field guides. These are the tried and true before Merlin ID was around. These were what people used to ID birds. Peterson's is great because it goes through the species of all of the birds, not just in Illinois. So if we get any birds, shorebirds, or any other birds that are visiting our eastern, central North America, you can find them all in here. And it does give pretty in-depth detail of what the birds look like. So I really like that they show multiple pictures of them, but also different variations of those birds. So really great from adult to juvenile, immature, all of those. You can find it in the Peterson's. Highly recommend Peterson's. My next favorite field guide is the Birds of Illinois. These are, again, birds that you're only going to find here in Illinois, but this book is organized in a really cool way. It's organized actually by color, and I'm going to try to show it right in that corner, that top part. You can see all these different colors. These tabs are going to denote a section. If your bird is brown, you're going to go to the brown section and try to flip through and see if you can ID your bird. So if you don't know species, if you don't know what you're looking at is a thrasher from a sparrow, it can be tricky using a typical field guide that is organized by species. This book is great for beginners that are just learning, not knowing exactly what bird they're looking at. They can ID the bird by color instead of just species type. Okay, so those are really good ways to utilize field guides to help with the Great Backyard Bird Count. Don't forget, the store is doing that Great Backyard Bird Count. It started today, but it goes through Monday. You can come in as many times as you like. You can do it on your own. I have pulled up eBird on the phone because you can do eBird. You can do the Great Backyard Bird Count 3 ways. You can do Merlin ID, or you could do eBird on the mobile app or on the desktop. So to go to Merlin ID, I have that app already pulled up too, and it really is so easy. So right here, it's gonna already hit a start time already put. If I hit start a checklist, it's gonna list all the birds just like I would if I was writing out my checklist in person right here. Okay, if I'm writing my juncos, my sparrows, my blue jays, cardinals, whatever I am seeing in the quantity, I might write up here and then transfer this data onto a desktop count. If I'm using my phone, I don't need a piece of paper. I can just do it all from here. I can scroll through the types of birds that are listed, or I can use up top and type in the name. If we want to say that we see a northern cardinal, I can start writing in cardinal, and it automatically pulls it up. Then I could just hit the plus sign here and add as many cardinals as I see. Okay, so it's super easy. It's really fun. It's a great way to participate and be a scientist for a day. For this Great Backyard Bird Count, we are asking if you would like to share pictures of you, your family, and friends participating in the Great Backyard Bird Count. Share it with us on Facebook. We would love to see you enjoying your birds and doing a count that really helps them. So keep an eye out for more social media posts about sharing those pictures. Don't forget, we have that in-store count this week, but and it ends on Monday, but we do have a couple other cool events happening coming up in March. Just to put out a few to keep your eyes and ears listening for them. We are going to do a Purple Martin, how to attract them presentation the first weekend in March. We will also have a really cool presentation and tasting of bird-friendly coffee. That is going to be an evening presentation and opportunity. Stay tuned for more information on that. We will have a bird walk. We're going to have Kelsey Shaw from Possibility Place Nursery coming in to do a presentation. And then we're also having Who Haven from, they are a bird of prey rehabilitator and education center. They are coming at the end of March and hopefully bringing a snowy owl and a couple other animals for us to enjoy. So stay tuned for more information. All of our March events are going to be on our Facebook and our website soon. I hope by this weekend I'll have time to finally finish all of that and put it on our Facebook page. But that's that. Now, before I go into what is happening with our birds right now, I wanted to sneak peek show you some of the new things that have hopped on in the store this past week. I want to show it to you real quick. First thing I want to show you is this adorable pot planter. I put these fake little daffodils in here, but it's a beautiful little pot. I love her face. It's just adorable. It's made out of resin, so it's a really nice little pot. Great for an entryway or in front of your house on a table. It's beautiful. We've gotten a couple of these in. We've also got in a few more garden stakes that are just adorable. I've been waiting so long for the poppies to come in, and the poppies are here. These are glass poppies, and then they are made out of metal stakes, but they can be put into any pot. I just love those poppy colors, and they are glass, so you gotta be a little careful with them, but absolutely dainty and beautiful. We've also got in a lot of new frogs for all of our frog lovers. I'm going to show you some of the styles that have come in. First off, because in honor of Valentine's Day and of all of our lovebirds out there, or maybe our love frogs, here is one special. I just love that. They are dressed in, clothing and whatnot, but they are just adorable, loving on each other. I know we have a lot of couples that are frog lovers in here, so I know you guys will love this. But also, we've got a few other ones. This one is just adorable. I love the eyes on him. He's a tabletop sitter, but he's loving life, how he's sitting. And then we have this one. It's just so cool. So he's an awesome, cool tabletopper, but he has that little hook spot, so you could actually put him on the wall. So whether he's climbing up the wall or coming down the wall, I think he would make a great accent on someone's house or on the outside of your house. Really cool little guy. And then we have this one standing up. I just love it. He's standing up. He stands. He has some nice, good mounting. But this top part will be perfect for a little seed, some peanuts, a little something to treat your birds. I don't know if it'd be good for water, but it would definitely be good, some bark butter bits or some seed in there. It'd be a great little feeder for some bird friends of ours, right? The last new one I want to show you is too big for me to really, but maybe I'll try to hold him. He's just so big. He's so cool. Oh, okay. Let's see if I can get him up here. Oh, all right. The big frog is here. He is hanging out. He's been slouching out on the chair all day, the bench out here. But he is absolutely stunning. Lovely, made out of resin. He's going to be a great addition to someone's backyard. He's going to bring a lot of happiness and joy to someone. But he is here. He has arrived. All of our frogs have arrived. They are all friends. And we know how much you guys love the frogs as much as the birds. So we've gotten in a lot of new frog items. All right. All right, now that we're done with that, I just want to quickly mention a few things about what's happening with birds right now. Okay, so what's happening with birds in your backyard this time of year? Natural resources that have been available all winter since fall are really depleted, right? So, natural seed, nuts, things that were cached away, insects that were overwintering, berries, things like that are really depleted. They're probably not even in existence any longer. So, from this time, like the middle of February till the end of March, that is when your feeders truly played their most vital role. Okay, because natural resources aren't available anymore, and new food, new insects have not arrived and have not are not available yet. This is when feeders played their most vital role. We are going to be getting in some cold weather again. Not to mention the snow is covering anything that was remaining. This is when our feeders become the most used. That is why your feeders are probably banging these past couple days with lots of feeder action, and it's because just like I said, the natural resources are gone, and there's not much left to pick and choose from out in the natural world. That's why your feeders are so busy. The birds need the energy, they need the calories to sustain overnight and during the day. Your feeders are playing the most vital role right now. Okay? So it's really important that while we finish out this winter season, that we are making sure that we're filling those feeders and keeping them full, providing high fat, high protein foods so that they can get through it. Okay? It you will be rewarded by them visiting more frequently in the coming season. Okay, you fed them all winter long. Why would they go anywhere else when they know that you're going to take care of them and provide food? They'll remember that when they're choosing nest location sites, okay? They know that, hey, this was a reliable food source for me in the winter. I don't want to veer too far away from this yard because they probably are going to provide food for me when I have young and I'm going to need to feed myself and my young. So it's a really great time this time of year to just keep um, pay a little extra attention on your feeders and make sure that they're filled every single day until we get out of this really cold temperatures. Your feeders are playing their most vital role right now. Okay, so take advantage of it. And while you're taking advantage of it, don't forget that tomorrow technically ends the last day of our bird food sale unless you're daily savings club. So if you are in our daily savings club, you can take advantage of the bird food sale all month of February. So it's a great time to feed the birds when they need it the most, and you can receive special savings by being a daily savings club member and taking care of and loving on your birds. So take advantage of it. Don't forget you can apply that seed sale discount in store or online. You don't need a promo code, okay? Thanks so much, guys, for coming on tonight. How is everyone doing? I know that giant frog is just so awesome. I love him. Yeah, we're loving him too. We'll have to come up with a good name for him until he leaves, right? Anyway, I really hope that you guys have a great backyard bird count weekend. Don't forget, come in the store tomorrow. If you're not on Daily Savings Club, take advantage of the last sale. We have a lot of new spring items in, so it's worth coming in and checking it out. There's just so much beautiful, brightly colored items. If you are feeling down and depressed because of all this snow and coldness, it is worth coming in and just getting a boost of happiness, even just being around people that are bird lovers like yourself. But just come in and see all the color. It'll lift your spirits, make you feel a little bit happier, and know that spring is just around the corner. We're starting to hear more and more sightings of birds coming in. We talked about the red-winged blackbirds returning last Friday. Earlier this week, too, I also got a message from another customer that reported sandhill cranes in near their house. So that was pretty cool. Yep, sandhill cranes are starting to migrate in or through our area. So keep an eye out for them. And a couple other birds are starting to come back. Look out for great blue herons this month. They're one of the birds that will also be returning back. So it's kind of getting fun. You know, we're starting to end out winter, but it doesn't mean that the birds don't need us. Okay, your feeders are their lifeline, especially right now. They are playing their most vital role. Okay. All right, everyone, you have a wonderful, safe holiday weekend with the Great Backyard Bird Count. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. I wish you all a wonderful weekend, and I'm sure we'll see you. All right, thanks so much. You have a great day. Bye now.